Have any of you worked out and paid for it the next day? I'm sure there's a few weekend warriors out there that have realized as much fun as you had playing a pickup game of basketball, that the next day you realize that you were not prepared for it. Well, I'm Melissa Cady, the Challenge Doctor, and I want to talk to you today just about pacing. That's one thing that Pete Moore uses in the Pain Toolkit. I like to say progressions. A lot of physical therapists tend to say graded exposures. And really, I think of these as very similar things. So a lot of lay people say baby steps whenever they're trying to make changes. And let me clarify, in the post, I say something about the most critical key factor for success with your body, which to me is your brain and body, because they're really not separate. And if we can stop thinking that way, we may actually realize that everything we think and do is going to impact everything around us and within us. So when you talk about baby steps and you talk about progressions, it's the reality that we're not cars. So everyone wants to compare us to maintenance for our body and our cars, and the reality is that we are way more impressive. As much as the car is amazing, we have this inner ability to heal, adapt, and that's really the key behind this entire video, is that somehow as human beings we learn the hard way that we have to essentially have pain the next day to realize that maybe we pushed it too hard. And whether you have pain or you don't, if you don't have pain and you push too hard, you might get pain. If you have been dealing with pain and are feeling better and you push it too fast, then you may have more pain. So, hello Lorraine. I realize that a lot of people are not as aware of their bodies, in the sense that there are so many parts to us that are receiving input. In fact, they're receiving input from the joints, the tissues, every aspect. In our brain, I think of the brain kind of like this part of this whole set of nerves. It's not just the brain that's helping our entire body. I think of it almost like this octopus with this big head, a huge sets of nerves up here that are just extending into the rest of our body, into the glove of our body, which is a skin. And the skin is an enormous barrier and essentially an area where we can have a lot of pain because it's trying to protect us. So pain, in essence, is trying to give us a guide. And if we take baby steps, it doesn't excuse us from ever challenging ourselves. We have to have a little bit of discomfort and pain to push beyond our baseline. But if we respect the fact that our bodies need to adapt and have time to be able to do that activity. So I would not go run a marathon tomorrow. That would be ridiculous. I would have problems from blisters to my feet. My skin isn't ready for that. I mean, some of the things that happen on the chest and bleeding of areas of the body we don't need to talk about right now. There are parts of us that can't handle the pounding because we have not been used to that. So if I really have not been doing much, I'm going to be honest with myself and realize what I've been doing and where I want to go, and I'm going to break that up. And so today I did a little bit of running. This is my typical routine. I'll go and do some walking. I will activate my muscles by maybe doing some gentle lunges to kind of activate the muscles. And then I'll go out there and do a little bit of jogging, see how my body's doing, pay attention to it. I might slow it down and bring it back into a walk. My heart rate usually is a good predictor of how much I'm struggling or challenging myself. In fact, even if you're in great shape, you can't challenge yourself at the level of someone else with say their heart rate is at 150s, and that might be your warm-up if you're really advanced in your fitness. You're not going to challenge yourself at the same pace that they're going. You have to take it up to another level or do something different or change your incline. So whether it's for just activity, that's one way. Even for learning a language, like there's no way that you can formulate sentences without starting with the baby steps, which is learning the words and then how to conjugate the words and then learning how to put them into sentences. And oh, it looks like I had a little bit of a live glitch. Hope you're still there. So in essence, all of these issues apply to almost everything to do with our brain, body, mind. It's all one piece. So if you want to challenge your body, as I like to refer to it, it is a strange word, but it really is embracing that idea that we're all one unit. The way you think, how you approach your challenges is going to be incredibly important on the output of your body. And if your brain wants to go 100 miles an hour when you've not even been going 10 miles an hour, then your body's going to pay the price. Your mind may too, because they are integrated together. So I want to encourage you to, whatever challenge you have, mind, body, all together, both things. I would encourage you to be smart about it and pace yourself, progress yourself, or as the physical therapists say, graded exposure. It's because we all harness the idea that we are adaptable organisms in this world that are amazing, and you actually can go places that you never thought were possible. So until next time, I'm Melissa Cady, the Challenge Doctor, and on the next video, I'll probably talk about modifications for different types of exercises. Have a good day.